Yeah. He says I get vocally lazy.
Vocally lazy.
He's like, it sounds good, but it just sounds like you're sitting in the studio chilling. I'm like, yeah, maybe I had, one too many glasses of wine.
I'm Adam, by the way. And
nice to meet you.
And this is about you and your journey in music. And we'll talk about organic.
Yeah.
Cool. Talk to me about where were you born and raised?
I was born in Upland. I was actually born in the Inland Empire. And I was actually
San Bernardino area?
Yeah, like San Bernardino County.
Okay.
Yep. So I was born in Upland, at San Antonio Hospital.
Right on.
And I grew up, I would say, kind of like all over the place. Like being in the entertainment industry, I don't know. I never was like in like one place for very long with my dad and everything like that. We were kind of like one moment in Orange County, one moment in somewhere else, and then one moment in LA, and then one moment in the Valley.
Yeah. So because your dad's a record producer or songwriter?
He's my dad is a little bit of everything, I guess.
Okay.
Director, producer, everything.
Wow. What was it like growing up in like an entertainment household?
Oh man, it's like my normal, I guess you could say.
Sure. Just a normal day, huh?
Yep.
You spend a lot of time in studios growing up?
Yep.
Okay. So you got acclimated to that pretty early
studios,
on?
Movie sets, you name it.
Okay. And how did you get into music aside from dad?
I would say it started from his influence on like how I found my love. Yeah. Well, okay, so at first I wasn't I discovered I could sing at around like 9. Okay. And then at 11 I like approached my dad and I'm like, hey dad, I want to do this music thing. And he was like, heck no, my baby girl is not going into this music industry. And I was like, please. So then I kind of just left it alone until I was 17 and I had my first heartbreak. And that's when I began to start writing. And then that's where my love for music came, even just from like in a therapeutic sense. Because writing to me was like therapeutic. And it was just something that I really enjoyed, and it made me feel like it makes me feel like I'm relieving stress, like when I'm in the studio and I'm writing. So that's like where I began to like love it.
Okay.
Like
17.
It became like my medicine at like 17. Yeah.
Okay. And when did you start showing people your songs?
I actually released a mixtape called 17, and it was like after my first heartbreak. Like sometimes I cringe because it's like it's old, like not old, but like I did it when I was 17, so I'm like, oh gosh, like I always cringe when people listen to it, but I'm still proud of it.
Okay. And so the mixtape's there at 17. And did you record in a real legit studio and everything?
Yes, I did. I recorded it with the producer. His name is Rich, and I still work with him to this day.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
He's actually the producer. I don't know if you ever heard Dreamin, one of my songs. He was the producer who did Dreamin.
Okay. So you've been working with him for a while then?
Yep. Ever since I started. He helped me record my very first like solo song.
Wow. What was it like going into a big studio for the first time, like, and actually being, the talent singing?
Ooh. I guess it's no feeling really. I don't know. Like I just feel like privileged to be able to like have the opportunity to do that, I guess. That's more so how I feel, because a lot of people don't have access to that kind of stuff. So if anything, I just feel like more grateful than anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you act as well.
And
did that kind of take over for music for a while, or was it hard?
Yeah, it did. Okay. That's what I did kind of like in my gap before I got into the music thing. And then like the pandemic happened. I got into my acting, and then the pandemic happened. So then I fell back into my singing again.
Okay. So you were acting what were you up to when the pandemic hit?
We had just finished Howard High. Um, and then the pandemic happened, and then because I was gonna focus more on my acting, because I do enjoy acting just as much as I enjoy singing. It's like literally 50-50.
Okay.
And I literally just, when the pandemic happened, there was no sets. There was no, like, it was more hard, I guess, because of COVID and stuff like that. So I kind of just started writing again and getting back into music. And then right when the pandemic lightened up a little bit, I got back on set again.
Oh, okay. So you put the
So
music down again.
Yes.
To get back
So
on acting.
we just finished it, and it is releasing in February. Howard High, finally.
Okay.
So I'm happy.
That's exciting.
That.
That's
but
really
I'm still,
exciting.
Yeah, but I'm still focused on both, I guess. I love both equally. Like, I can't say which one I love more.
When you're acting and, like, you know, doing that show, or is it hard to jump back and forth with music, or do you just kind of put music all the way to the side while you're doing your other creative things?
I guess if things hit me, because like, I can't say that I put music to the side, because I'll be driving in the car, like, on my way to set, and then I'll start singing a melody, and I'll be like, ooh, that's kind of tight. And then I, like, make a whole bunch of voice memos. Like, if you see my phone, you would see, like, 100 voice memos. And then I, like, start singing into my phone like an idiot, and everybody's looking at me like, what is she doing? Like, what is she over there doing? And I'm like, I just came up with a dope melody.
Okay.
And so it still keeps going. And then after I finish all my acting, I go to Rich, and I'm like, dude, I got some dope melodies.
And then you work with a producer that helps put the music around the songs?
Like, bring it alive. Yeah, it helps me to bring it to life and how I'm imagining it, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
And talk to me about Organic then. When did you start working on that record? Was it when COVID shut down everything?
Yeah, Organic has been done for a long time. It's just we did a lot of songs, like 18 songs. Wow. And we picked. So we took a lot of long months picking which ones were actually going to go on Organic. Okay. Yeah. So that's why it took so long, but it was already done. But when it comes to, like, releasing it, I get, like, really picky. Like, okay, I just got to make sure, because I'm like, not all 18, even though I do get attached to my songs. Like, you know, sometimes you just got to let it go if it ain't hitting.
Sure. Like, how do you go through that? Is it like, that must be a pretty, like, is that a hard process to listen to all your songs and say,
keep listening to them, and I have to live with them, because I love every song after it's done, because we're putting so much, like, me and the producers are working so hard to, like, do it. You love every single one. You, like, get a relationship with every single one. But sometimes you just have to say, no, like, that one is better than that one. So we're gonna have to get rid of that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how do you decide which song goes first?
Based off of what is, like, everybody's favorite.
Okay.
I guess.
And that's how you chose your like the first single off the record?
Yep. It's kind of like what everybody kind of leans toward, I guess.
Okay. And the first one you put out was Relax?
Yep, Relax.
Tell me about that song.
That song is dedicated to my hubby, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of women don't really sing a lot about, like, I guess, cater to you kind of, like, vibe, like cater to the man type of vibe. So I just wanted to, like, do something a little different, I guess.
And with the show you're on too, Howard High, isn't that's a musical?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, talk to me about the show. I don't really know much about the show. I'd love to hear about it.
So Howard High is basically about a high school student. Her name is Nicki Ross, which I played Nicki Ross. And she's basically just kind of like a young person trying to find herself, kind of like what everybody kind of goes through. And she goes through lots of ups and downs, and, like, this new Howard High is like a love triangle, a lot of drama, just a lot of drama. It's good. Like, I think everybody's gonna love it. I can't wait for everybody to see it.
It's exciting. You said it comes out in February?
Yes, I'm not sure exactly when in February, but in February.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very awesome. And then, so how does that gonna affect the musical career? Is it just gonna, when it comes out, you're still gonna keep focusing on
Yeah, because I
organic
feel
and
like
what's
it
going
all
on
kinds
there?
of, yeah, I feel like Howard High and the music kind of coincide because it's a lot of singing. There's
Hmm.
like a whole Howard High soundtrack with me and all the amazing other talent that's on there. And it's a lot of music. So I still feel like it's staying true to like Chrissy with like a combination of music and acting.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And do you have a plan, or like, what about performing live? Like, is that something you enjoy doing?
Oh, I can't say that I have any experience in that because I don't. I mean,
Really?
I did one live performance for a radio station for Washington, and after that I haven't done anything, and it wasn't really even live. I mean, it was live, but
Uh-huh.
it wasn't like, performing in front of like actual people.
Audience, right?
It was like a virtual
Like a virtual.
yeah, live show. But I'm dying to like actually perform like in front of like some people because
Right.
I've never experienced that.
Well, you must do that on set, right? Because you're singing on the show.
Yeah, I am singing on the show, but even that, it's pre-recorded, kind of like a music video. We
Oh,
go into
okay.
we go into the studio ahead of time. We record it already previously, and then on set they do like playback, kind of like how you would do like a
Like a
like a
music
like a
video.
music video. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like playback, and then it goes beep beep beep, and then the music starts playing, and then you kind of act it out.
Okay. Okay.
It's me singing. It's just was pre-recorded.
Sure. What's it
Yeah.
like going in the studio to record something for Howard High versus your own record?
The difference is when I'm doing my music, I'm being Chrissy. When I'm doing the musical aspect, I'm being somebody who I'm not.
Okay.
I'm like playing a character. So
Do you
how would
change
like
how you sing, or how
I
you?
mean, I feel like my voice pretty much sounds the same, but maybe there's certain things that I would do different because it is a musical, so I'm like acting with the singing.
Mhm.
So I have to like, I guess, put feelings into it, or Nicki at this point would probably be crying. So I have to probably make my voice sound like I'm crying at this very moment because you know what I mean? It's more like you have to like, I guess it's more like I'm not being like me. I have to like think about what the character would do and how the character would do it.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
when you go to the studio for your own records, you just kind of, you can vibe off whatever you're feeling at the time.
Yeah. I could just be like, this is what I would do, so I'm gonna do this. It's not necessarily like worried about the character, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
hmm
Did you grow up on like R&B, soul music?
Yep. Yep. Whitney Houston, like my pops would be like, practice Whitney Houston. I would be in my room for hours singing Whitney.
Does he get involved with your music career at all, or your acting
He's my
career?
manager.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So was he somebody that you bring your songs to early on?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And did he have some constructive criticism for you, or like,
Absolutely.
okay.
My He's the most boldest person that I've ever met in my life, and I have to be ready for like the cold hard truth whenever I'm bringing anything to him.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do you remember like what was like some of the early stuff that you brought to him, and how did he
When
react?
I was 17, he was just like, I played my first little like song that I did, and he was like, you sound flat in this part and you need to go back in the studio and fix this and that. And I was like, oh my gosh. But
Oh, wow.
that's the,
So he really
yeah,
broke it down for you.
yeah, he broke it down. Like, you sound flat and I don't like the way that line sounded. And is there any way that you can go in the studio and re-record that whole first verse?
Did he do that to you at all on organic?
um, yes.
What
hmm
particular song was the one
I
that?
guess he feels like sometimes that I can get like vocally lazy when he feels like I have more power to give. So like more of the notes that he'll give is more power, like add a run right there, like show that you have range. I guess that's more of the notes that I've been getting more recently.
Okay.
Yeah. He says I get vocally lazy.
Vocally
He's like, it sounds good, but it just sounds like you're sitting in the studio chilling. I'm like, yeah, maybe I had, one too many glasses of wine.
Does he go to the studio when you're working there, or do you just send him files?
Nope. Send him the files. Okay. Yeah.
That's cool that he's managing you though.
Yeah.
Do you have any other siblings?
Yes, I have 3 brothers.
3 brothers. Are they in the industry at all?
My brother Milo actually is. He actually discovered Trippie Redd.
Oh wow.
My brother, yeah, his name is Milo, and he kind of took after like my pops and all of that type of stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is very cool. And you said you want to get more involved in live performances? Of
course, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you have any plans for that coming up, or just kind of seeing how the show unfolds and what's coming up next?
All I know is that we got the show coming up. I have a cosmetics line that I've been working on. So Chrissy's Cosmetics. So those are like my 2 top things. And then of course, always music. I'm always working on stuff. I plan on doing like an organic deluxe edition with a couple of other songs. So we'll see if I can get that done soon.
Will it all tie into the cosmetic line though?
I actually named a lot of my makeup after the songs on Organic.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
How do you get involved in cosmetics? Do you come up with I don't know anything about that. How'd you get involved in that?
It's just like makeup. So
right.
I love makeup. I actually look like a mess right now, but I love makeup. So I wanted to get some organic products and create some like makeup that's healthy for the skin and for the lips and moisturizing and healthy. So I worked with my pops again as a team, and we got some samples done, and it is set to be launched at the beginning of next year. So I'm excited.
Wow. A lot of big stuff happening for you in 2022. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Very, very cool. And I appreciate your time, Chrissy. Thank you for doing this.
No, thank you. You were so sweet.
Oh,
anytime.
Oh, well, awesome. I really love the record. I love what you're doing. I can't wait to see the show when it comes out in February.
Yep.
And I appreciate your time. I have one more question though. I want to know if you have any advice for aspiring artists.
My advice is to literally keep going. Like, you'll get some no's. Like, I've gotten a lot of no's. But you can't let it bring you down. You always have to like believe in yourself and believe in your craft, and somebody is gonna believe in it. So I just say don't give up and just keep pushing. And even when you feel like giving up, don't, because you got to just keep going. Don't let yourself fold under pressure or listen to what people have to say, because somebody's always going to be hating. And if they're hating, it's a good sign. That means you're doing something right. Bringing it backward.